June 2nd, 2026, episode 638. This is episode 638. Let's go. Of course, I have a few things to share with you guys. Shall we? Banfield sentenced to life for killing wife.
This is a guy that claims he was trying to save his wife from being murdered, and yet he doesn't even mention that he's heartbroken, that she's dead, that he misses her. Don't you think somebody who was wrongfully convicted of their own wife's murder would show a little bit of emotion in the courtroom today? Take a listen to what he said just a couple of hours ago.
I was found guilty of a crime that I did not commit. It is actually impossible to have committed the crime, as the prosecution, their experts, and their witnesses have presented. The prosecution and their witnesses' statements do not match the evidence. My rights to defend my family has been taken away, to defend my home and myself.
So Virginia abolished the death penalty in 2021. Too soon. And ironically, 2021 is the same time that Jezebel of an au pair came in to live with the family. Why would we expect any words of remorse and or sorrow to come out of this man's mouth, this bastard? Why not double down, right? You risked it all already a few times now. Clearly you're a gambling man. You rolled the dice with that affair. You rolled the dice with a murder plot straight out of a Tarantino movie. The only thing that could go wrong is life with no parole. Otherwise, I know the people of Virginia would have hooked you up to a car battery behind the courthouse as soon as the judge banged the gavel. Brendan Banfield, a Virginia man convicted of killing his wife and a stranger in a plot with an au pair, was sentenced Friday to life in prison without parole. Oh, you're gonna rot, buddy. And that little smut bunny that walked you down this path to life without parole, she's gonna get out soon, and she won't even write you a letter. She won't even think about you. The level of cruelty, calculation, and inhumanity in this case reflects something far deeper than anger or impulse. It reflects evil, which is why I carry no burden and find no hesitation in sentencing you to life. CNN reported Judge Penny S. as Karate said. Banfield, 40, and au pair Juliana Perez Magal Hayes, 26, were having an affair. Banfield testified that she made the initial move. She pushed up on him when his wife was out of town. There's no way to verify that. In fact, there's no way to verify that it wasn't his idea initially to bring another woman into the household, which is my theory, but I can't confirm that at all. They lured a stranger, Joseph Ryan, to participate in a rape fantasy in the couple's home. If you're Joseph Ryan, you must be thinking how rare it is to finally get a chance to fulfill someone's fantasy of being raped. But little do you know how rare it is even more to be at the center of a murder plot where they're going to kill you and the wife and then blame you for it. And when he arrived and startled Christine Banfield, 37, Brendan Banfield shot him and then stabbed his wife to death.
Convicted murderer Brendan Banfield will spend the rest of his life behind bars with no chance of ever getting out.
Then you got Shorty out of Brazil. She rode this whole situation until the wheels fell off and then told, "You seen City of God, U.S. denomination. Our currency is worth 5 times as much as those seashells and chicken bones they're spending over there in Brazil. Sure, count me in. You want to sleep with me and maybe replace me with your wife? This just keeps getting better and better. I'll spin the wheel, Pat. Oh, you want to get rid of your wife like esposa morta?" And that was her chance to bring things back down to reality. But of course, she played along because she thought that would be beneficial to her. So for her to only get 10 years, she could have stopped this at any time before it got out of hand. But of course she wasn't, because she thought she could get a better life out of it. Perez Magalhães from Brazil helped him with the plot and watched the killings happen. Cold-blooded, man. She accepted a plea deal in 2024 to involuntary manslaughter for her testimony against Brendan Banfield. While the deal was 4 times served, as Karate sentenced her to 10 years, the maximum. There's no way she should get only 10 years when she helped them plot this, and she was the only person at the end of it all that could have possibly stopped this from happening, that could have stood up and said something like, she's just as responsible. Your actions were deliberate, self-serving, and demonstrated a profound disregard for human life, as Karate said. So let's get straight. You do not deserve anything other than incarceration and a life of reflection on what you have done to the victim and his family. May it weigh heavily on your soul. Brendan Banfield maintained his innocence throughout the trial. Yeah, tell it to your new prison hubs. He testified that he was only protecting his wife, who was being stabbed by Ryan. You called this man to come in and rape your wife. Even if this was not part of the plan, he was still gonna rape your wife because he would have thought that was her fantasy, was for it to go down that way. There's no protection in that. He was also given 2 consecutive prison sentences for firearms offense and child endangerment because the couple's 4-year-old daughter was in the basement at the time. Damn. Perez Magalhães testified that Brandon Banfield wanted to be with her, but he didn't want to pay for a divorce or share custody of their daughter. See, this is how you know a goofy, by how he moves. He's not strong enough to turn down the side action. Then when he's getting the side action, he can't control his feelings, can't keep a lid on it. As soon as he starts seeing a little side action, the very first thing he does, he's ready to kill his wife and run off with the side piece. This is why people shouldn't always get what they want. Honestly, he had a beautiful wife, beautiful family. What more do you want? What more do you want?
Joe, I'm a bit floored by what I just witnessed inside of this courthouse. Brendan Banfield, a former IRS agent who was convicted of the most serious crime in the Commonwealth of Virginia, aggravated murder. In fact, he was convicted of 2 counts of aggravated murder, stood up in front of this courtroom today, in front of the victim's family and friends, and remained defiant, claiming that even after all of the evidence against him, multiple convictions, he told the court again today that the criminal justice system did him wrong, that he didn't commit these crimes, and that he's an innocent man. Look, he addressed the court for about 12 minutes today, and it took about 10 minutes before he even mentioned his wife in any substantive matter.
Danielle, Christine Banfield's sister, gave a victim impact statement. He could have divorced and moved on. Yes, he could have, but divorce would have required relinquishing control, and control was always the priority. His actions were not driven by love, but a desire for power, deception, and a complete disregard for the lives he destroyed. Joseph Ryan's mother, Deirdre Fisher, spoke in the court virtually for medical reasons. NBC News reported Brendan will remain known as an abusive father, the brutal murderer of his dedicated and compassionate, beautiful wife, and a narcissistic killer of an innocent man, she said.
Right, so his defense attorney yesterday claimed that the prosecutors made 3 errors at his trial. This was maybe one of the shortest motion hearings that I've ever witnessed. The prosecution didn't even make any oral argument against it, and the judge shot it down in about 18 minutes.
Of course, I love to hear your thoughts on this. I love to hear your opinions on this. Do you think Perez Magalhães should have gotten more time compared to her actual role in this murder? Teen couple allegedly used online dating apps to lure male victims and then violently rob them.
A second arrest has been made in a string of violent robberies at a Universal City apartment complex. Investigators say 17-year-old Alyssa Canul and Joseph Aguilar Campos targeted victims they met online and lured them to the Villa Mesa apartments. Police say one victim was pistol whipped and robbed, while another was shot and robbed just hours later.
I've decided to start a playlist for these stories. I've accumulated a lot of them over the years, and I have a teen son. I do not want these things to happen to anyone, but I especially don't want these things to happen to anyone's kids. So let me be very honest with you here. These girls don't like you. You're not appealing to them. They don't want to smash you. Don't let them get you out of your warm bed at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. and travel to God knows where because she told you she wants to see you all of a sudden. It's a trap, and the odds of you surviving are slim. I hope that scares the hell out of you because it scares the hell out of me. Two Texas teens, aren't you tired of it always being you? Texas have been charged with multiple felonies after allegedly luring victims through online dating apps and then violently robbing them. That's the recipe. That's the game plan every time. Alyssa Canoe was arrested on Wednesday, May 27th, and charged with 2 counts of aggravated robbery, according to a press release from Universal City Police and Public Bayard County arrest records. Canoe, 17, may also face a charge of tampering with physical evidence. These kids are getting younger and younger. It's not a grown man's crime anymore. Now these children are starting to pick up the reins and take part in setting these kids up to be robbed and then killed eventually. Her boyfriend, Joseph Anthony Aguilar Campos, was arrested 1 day prior on Tuesday, May 26, on 2 counts of aggravated robbery per an additional police release and public arrest records. I have a question for the girls that think it's okay to have your man use you as the face of a robbery and use you as the face of lining someone up. Do you think these people are going to play nice with you if they find out that you're the one that's been setting people up? They have uncles, they have cousins, they have friends, they have people that care for them, or even them themselves might catch you slipping and blow your brains out. You're the ops at this point, not just your man. Police stated that Cano and Aguilar Campos, 18, were arrested in relation to 2 alleged incidents. Both incidents took place on Monday, May 25th, per public arrest records. In the first case, the victim was pistol whipped. In the second, a 15-year-old boy was shot 4 times but survived, police explained. So we had the break in the cold case that was last week of the 2 young men, 15 and 19, in San Antonio, Texas. Also, they finally caught up with the girl that lined them up, Angie Morales, who was also 17 years of age at the time. You see the glaring parallels in these stories. It's always use the girlfriend to get the guys to come out to a designated spot. That's the formula. These women aren't interested in you. I can't stress that enough. You ever stop to think why this girl isn't cautious about giving her address away online to a complete and total stranger? It's because she's not scared. She's not afraid. Someone is waiting for you, and it's not going to be her. I'm sorry. She's not so consumed with the thought of being with you that it's clouding her judgment. No, she's thinking very clearly about what's going to happen to you when you pull up. According to an arrest affidavit obtained by KSAT, in one of the cases, Cano allegedly used a dating app to persuade a victim to meet her at a park bench. Now, do you think you're the only person she invited to meet at the park bench, or is she just scrolling and popping in and out of DMs looking for that one? You have to ask yourself that question. Aguilar Campos then appeared and allegedly pistol whipped the victim before robbing him. In the second incident, a victim said he met Cano at the same bench. Is that right there? It's that persuade, it's that step into my parlor, said the spider to the fly. Step into my domain where I know everything that's happening in my surroundings and you don't know anything. You're just prey. Cano then allegedly lured him back to the Villa Mesa apartments where she and Aguilar Campos live. Upon arriving at the complex, Aguilar Campos jumped out from some bushes and began loading his weapon. Per the affidavit obtained by KSAT, the victim attempted to run and he was shot 4 times, according to the affidavit. So as we see the assailants and the attackers get younger and younger, we naturally see the victims get younger. How much did you expect to get from a 15-year-old boy? A phone? Maybe if he had a nice pair of kicks and over $40 in his pocket, that's a well-off 15-year-old. A grown man can kind of weigh the risk, but age doesn't always guarantee wisdom. So grown folks can be kind of dumb too. but to some measure. Like, a 15-year-old kid doesn't stand a chance of what could possibly be lurking, waiting for him. He might think the girl legit likes him, which is rarely ever the case and never the case. They're right there alongside their boyfriends, figuring out what to text you to get you to come out. I hope that's clear enough. The teen managed to make his way to a coffee shop where bystanders called 911. He was taken to a hospital where he is expected to recover good stuff per KSAT and UCP. Police also obtained a recorded phone call between Canol and Aguiar Campos, in which Canol is allegedly heard saying she disposed of the weapon used during the robberies. You have no idea how Bonnie and Clyde actually turned out. It's not a love story. It's a horror story. It's a cautionary tale. Just look at the pictures of how they did Bonnie and Clyde per the arrest affidavit, according to KSAT. Canol and Aguiar Campos are currently being held at the Bayard County Adult Detention Center in San Antonio, according to Bayard County Jail records. It's Bexar County. I don't care what you say. Canol is being held on a combined bond of $250,000, while Aguiar Campos is being held on a combined bond of $300,000. Legal representatives for Canol and Aguiar Campos did not immediately respond to people's request for comment. Of course, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. I'd love to hear your opinions on this. Be more mindful. That's all I can say. Parents, be more invasive. Screw making them mad. Kids, teens, I know these girls are cute online. It's a lot of them, and some of them are talking very nice to you. You just got to be more mindful. Sometimes these girls aren't even the people who they say they are. They're not even girls. They're just guys trying to get you to come out. It's a weird place. The internet is a fun place, but it can also be a weird place too. Fun show. The music for this episode is from Iggy Beats. Get your music from Iggy Beats. I'll leave the contact information down there at the bottom. If you're a producer and you would like to have your music featured on an episode of this podcast, reach out to me on any one of my socials. Don't forget to follow me on all my socials. Find me wherever you listen or watch your favorite podcasts. I'm on Fire TV. I'm on Roku. I am there. That being said, I'm going to wrap this one up, but I'll be sure to talk to you guys very, very soon. Jusqu'à la prochaine fois. If you're Joseph Ryan, what a rare occasion to be as fortunate to fulfill someone's rape fantasy. And also, what a rare occasion to fulfill someone's plot to murder their wives, kill you, and blame you for it at the same time.